Hi, I'm Rosie Welsh and I'm the founder / chief executive of Deltastring.com.
And hey, it's Nico Boyce, also founder and tech chief at Deltastring.com.
We're here today at the...
I don't know, it says on our badges. Contact Centre Expo.
We're here at the Excel Centre for the Contact Centre Expo.
World famous racetrack / car park.
Yeah, of course.
For those who don't know what I'm on about, they have a Formula E race in the car park here every year. I don't know, well, they've done it a couple of times. I looked at going to it, you know, I'm a motorsport guy, but it's real expensive. Real expensive. I was like, I don't know. And then I watched the race and it was like, no.
It was dark as well.
Real dark inside. It's weird. We're real weird. I guess having motorsport inside, having like an inside-outside circuit is super strange. But then everything's strange here because it's a barn for people doing business. It's like a
business barn.
Yeah.
They should just call it the business barn.
It's like an airport hangar, but the plane never comes, and everyone just sits here on our laptops drinking lattes, going, "God, I really should synergize with the product team here. You know, are we all aligned on this decision?" And ultimately, I feel like if there's a theme of the conversations that we're having here today, it's that people kind of aren't aligned on these decisions.
No, I feel like there's a bit of anxiety. This is something I've seen a lot on LinkedIn, definitely. There's a lot of anxiety around CX.
Yeah.
People are trying to find solutions to issues, to non-traditional issues.
Yeah.
Specifically, how do we measure AI agents? What are we using to measure it with? What's the return on investment? How do we get money spent on our teams?
Yeah.
And a lot of the agenda is geared towards those issues today.
I think that the first movers in terms of kind of contact center stuff for these AI products are not necessarily seeing what they were told to expect in the results, and so then we're having businesses go back and say, well, are you measuring it in the right way, because are you considering this and that and the other? And I think what I see businesses finding is that they are spending more than they thought they'd be spending, and they're achieving less than they thought it would achieve, because they're still requiring really a lot to reach up to humans. And I guess at the top level, the AI model vendors are saying, well, you know, new version, more capability, more human, better kind of decision making, etc. But what we're seeing kind of at ground level in what we do is that the concerns around data really trump that. The concerns around the problems that can be caused of kind of old information being resurfaced and things like that.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses are feeling a lot of pressure to show that this has been a good use of their cash, but on the other hand, an AI solution is still the phrase that is unlocking that capex.
Yeah, definitely. I think specific to customer service, it's always a tough time managing teams. You've always had the traditional pressure of it being the first to cut. You cut people to save money, then you have less agents, you have to do more work. And now we've got the pressure of AI as well. And though AI is marketed at making these people's lives easier, I think it also turns, by default, you get a higher volume of more complex tickets or more irate customers. You're always going to have customers who don't want to speak to an AI product, so it gets escalated. So teams are really under pressure, and you also have to have humans measuring the AI, checking that it's working. So for me, it's a bit like self-service tills in a way. So how are customer service managers and leaders coping with this? How are they managing their teams? What KPIs are they realistically looking at? What do they feel about CSAT? We've heard lots of different things about how people are approaching CSAT at the moment, because how do you measure accurately AI CSAT? So that's what I'm interested in hearing about.
there's about 10 BPO vendors here who are now agentic AI vendors, where it falls back to a team in the Philippines or what have you, right? So they were doing people to staff your support center, remotely, in a dynamic way, but now it's AI plus that, and they're pitching, no, we sell an AI solution that falls back to our human people, and that's an interesting pivot to see so many companies doing.
Yeah.
And I just spoke with a software vendor who's really finding that what they are struggling with is that a lot of the platforms are really broadening what they do. So people who've made a specific tool that does a particular thing, and there's a whole many of these bricks make up the wall that is your operations team, right? They're finding that the big platform vendors are coming in and trying to kind of, seize that ground, right? They're trying to do the thing that they're doing, and they're often pouring AI on top of it, and right down to stuff that's quite specific and technical.
Yeah.
It's difficult to kind of firewall what you're doing if you have a very interoperable system. I'm talking solutions for things like QA. I talked to a payments provider, and I'm definitely seeing it with workforce management, is that how do you have that kind of stickiness in your product if the platform vendor is going to come in and say, look, we've actually got a solution here for you.
Yeah.
I think what people are worrying is that they've seen what Google Meet did to Zoom, and they have seen what Microsoft Teams is trying to do to Slack, of being like, what if we bundle this in with stuff you're already paying for? You can drop that and you can spend the rest with us on more AI or things like that.
Yeah.
It's a difficult time to be a smaller vendor within other people's platforms.